This is the Bosch GLM80 Professional Laser Rangefinder. It features 10 measuring modes and has a built-in inclinometer for indirect measurements. It can also be paired with the R60 measuring rail to convert it into a digital spirit level and inclinometer. It has applications for a wide range of trades, including woodworkers, electricians, drywallers, builders, ventilation engineers, wall and floor tilers, carpet fitters. In fact, any situation where you need to measure length, height, area or volume. It's very easy to use, with a simple and intuitive keypad controlling the various functions. The 360-degree tilt sensor allows very fast and accurate indirect height measurement to automatically calculate distances that are out of reach or where a straight measurement would be obscured by an obstacle. The GLM80 uses a 4-line dot matrix display which is easy to read and interpret. A light sensor constantly monitors the ambient light and automatically illuminates the display if light levels fall, and the settings for this can be adjusted in the setup menu. To make the tool even more convenient, the display will flip if it's tilted more than 75 degrees in one direction. The display can actually turn a full 360 degrees, so it remains readable even when upside down. And again, this can be turned on and off in the setup menu. This menu allows the user to adapt the GLM80 to their own personal preferences for units of measurement and angle, light and audio, and also the digital level and display rotation. Simply enter the menu via the function button and then toggle between the settings with the plus and minus buttons. The storage button automatically saves the last 20 measurements for both length and angle, and you can save one specific value permanently as a constant if required. Any stored length measurements can be used later if you want to combine them into volume measurements, for example. With its robust build quality, it's suitable for use in rough working environments, and the large soft grip areas provide plenty of cushion protection. It's proofed against water and dust to IP54 and it's drop resistant to a height of 1 meter. It will work in temperatures from -10 to +50 degrees, so it's a pretty tough piece of kit. The measuring range is up to 80 meters and the accuracy is ±1.5 millimeters. The GLM80 is neat and compact, weighing just 14 grams. It's powered by an integrated lithium-ion battery with a standard micro USB plug for charging. This allows up to 25,000 measurements on a single charge, and the low self-discharge properties of lithium-ion batteries means the GLM80 is always ready for use. As a battery saving feature, the GLM80 will turn itself off if no button is pressed for approximately 5 minutes, but all the stored values are retained. For long distance measurements, it may help to use a tripod, and a threaded hole for this is provided on the underside. So let's see just how easy it is to use. When you switch it on, the default setting is always length measuring mode, shown by the blinking icon, and the reference point is the back edge of the unit. However, you can select to measure from 3 other reference points by pressing this button until the relevant icon is shown. So, in addition, you can select to measure from the end of the fold-out pin, when for instance measuring into a corner. You can select to measure from the front of the unit or from the tripod thread. The units of measure can be changed by pressing this button to cycle through feet, feet and inches or metric, and the selected setting is retained when the tool is switched on or off. For a straightforward length measurement, just press the measuring button to activate the laser into point targeting mode and place the laser dot where you wish to measure to get an instant readout from your selected reference point on the bottom line of the display. The previous 3 readings are shown on the lines above. For area measurements, press the measuring button until the area icon appears, and then make a length and width measurement. The area is automatically calculated and displayed on the bottom line, with the individual values shown in the lines above. To measure the volume, press the measuring button again until the volume icon appears. Then measure length, width and height in the same way as before to get the required calculation. with the individual values being shown in the lines above. For continuous measuring, the GLM80 effectively becomes a digital tape measure. Press the function mode button to select the flashing arrow icon, and then use the tool in the same way as a tape measure to get the required reading. You'll also automatically get the minimum and maximum distances shown in the upper lines of the display, and this is very useful to ensure you've measured perfectly horizontally, or for instance to check diagonals in a room. The indirect distance measurement can be used to calculate distances that can't be measured directly because an obstacle would obstruct the laser beam. And 3 measuring modes are available for indirect length measurement, each one determining a different distance. For indirect height measurement, where the measuring tool is positioned at the same height as the bottom measuring point, press the function button until the triangle icon appears on the display. Then tilt the tool around the reference plane and measure the diagonal. The required height is automatically calculated and shown in the bottom line. The diagonal length and the angle are shown in the top lines of the display. You can use the indirect length measuring facility to calculate a measurement that is not visible, as for instance where a wall obscures the base of a building, but you need to measure to the base. In this case, press the function button until the indirect length measurement icon appears. Tilt the tool and measure the diagonal length. The full distance is then calculated and shown on the display. The double indirect height measurement is used when the tool is not level with the bottom measuring point. In this case, press the function button until the double indirect height icon appears, then measure the distances to top and bottom of the required height, which is calculated for you and shown in the bottom line of the display. The wall surface measurement is used to determine the total surface area of a series of walls which have a common height, and this is very useful when estimating for plastering and painting or decorating. Press the function button until the relevant icon appears on the display. Measure the room height as for a length measurement, and the value is displayed as a constant in the top line of the display. Now you just measure the length of each individual wall to get a cumulative value of the surface area, and you can just keep measuring wall lengths until you've covered all the walls. The GLM80 can also be used for measuring angles. Start by pressing the angle function button until the angle icon appears. By default, the back end of the measuring tool is used as the reference point. If you press the angle button again, the side surfaces of the tool are used as the reference and the display is turned 90 degrees. You just press the measuring button to determine the required angle. A timer function allows measurements to be taken automatically after a set time period. To activate this, press and hold the timer button until the timer icon appears. The time period can be set between 1 and 60 seconds using the plus and minus buttons. The measurement then takes place automatically after the selected time has elapsed. This is very useful. For example, measuring an opening in a ceiling, where you can hold the instrument in place but may not be able to push the function buttons when doing so. At any stage, you can add or subtract measured values using the plus or minus buttons. The display line showing the cumulative value. The R60 measuring rail can be used as a digital spirit level for more accurate angle measurements. The GLM80 fits into the rail and locks with this lever. Then just press the measuring button to activate the measuring rail mode. It will bleep continuously when it's level if the audio function is turned on. The tool is supplied in a protective case with a mains battery charger and a manufacturer's certificate of conformity. So that's the GLM80 Professional Laser Distance Measurer, which provides a high-tech solution for a wide range of measuring applications. It's easy to use, highly accurate and built to withstand heavy usage, but all in a neat and user-friendly package that will meet the needs of a broad range of building, construction and surveying applications. The GLM80 Professional Laser Distance Measurer.